Hey. Hi. So I'm feeling really called to speak right now, so we're just going to let it flow. Got a new celestite crystal, which is for the throat chakra, so bleh, my throat chakra is just busting open right now. And also, I notice I'm in a big transition when my hair transitions. It's really usually in correspondence of my life transitioning. So my hair was purple for the summer, and I'm so excited. I'm like, should I tell you all what I'm going to do, or should you just wait and see? I'm going to tell you all. But yeah, so for my next hairstyle, we're calling forth cornrows. The reason why is because the hair will be out of my face, and I'm just really trying to call forth a lot of focus and a lot of discipline, and so the hair going behind will help with that. Also, when I think cornrows, I just think power, I just think warrior, and the tips of the cornrows are going to be sunset color, oranges, reds, and so those colors, the reds, the orange, the yellow, those are all really earthy colors in our chakras, and so I'm really just trying to call forth being grounded on the earth and just stepping into my power, so I'm very excited about that. Anyways, that's not the reason why I'm here talking to you. So, I read this book a while ago. It's called I Feel Your Pain by Nikki Elliott, and a mentor recommended it to me, and it's about being an empath. And when she recommended it to me, it was that I'm like, should I share that story? Yes, Nicole, you got your throat chakra open. Go ahead and share it, girl. Okay. Yeah, I was doing community organizing work, and that work can be pretty draining sometimes, and I recognize that in myself. So some days I recognize I would be more drained than others. Anyways, on this day, I was at a meeting, and it was maybe 6 p.m., and I was feeling okay, but then June, my mentor, she came up to me, and I had maybe, at that time, a couple years ago, I'd maybe only met her once or twice, and she just came up to me, put her hand on my shoulder, and was like, Nicole, you need to read this book. And she's very intuitive, she's very much a healer, but oh my gosh, I read that book, she was right, and I devoured it within 2 days, and yeah, it's just a really great book. It talks about all the different types of empaths you can be. It talks about why people might be empaths, which is the real reason why I wanted to do this video. And so what it shared was that a lot of people who are empaths have gone through a very traumatic experience in their life. And so it could be like an abuse that happened to you as a child. It could be, I don't know, a car accident. It could be, for this person, for Nikki Elliott, it was a pregnancy and her birth. And so that, even though like she got a child from that situation, everything was okay, her intuition just really opened up, and your body goes through a lot when you give birth. So that was her traumatic event, and what busted open her empathy. And yes, I say that in reflection, I really relate. So throughout my just childhood, I was always called overly sensitive. Like, it was very easy for me to put myself in other people's shoes and relate to people. I could pretty much hang out with anybody, but that really, really got amplified during the height of Black Lives Matter, when it was first really starting to gain some traction. That was a really beautiful thing. Unfortunately, what came in conjunction with that was all the publicized murders of Black people. And it's unfortunate and it's fortunate, right? Like, cool, for the first time, the mainstream people around the world were seeing the violence that was happening to Black people, which is great, but also unfortunate because shit, I started getting fucking PTSD from seeing all these murders, and it started making me have nightmares about police officers. I started being afraid for all my friends who are Black, that they were going to get murdered and hurt by people. And then that's when I really opened up on an empathic level, was after that situation, which makes sense because I had to be super hyper aware, or I thought I had to be super hyper aware and attuned of people's emotions, right? Like I had to, because I'm Black, I had to be extra on guard. Are people seeing me as a threat? Oh, if they're seeing me as a threat, I need to like make sure that I'm not threatening at all. And so being open to other people's emotions and just being hyper aware of people's body language and their facial expressions, yeah, I had to do that to survive. Like I still, I'm coming out of that, but I hope this is making sense. We're trying right here. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say was, because of the murders I started seeing on television, all of a sudden I became very hyper aware of me navigating the world as a Black person and the potential violence that could happen to me because of that. And so in response, I became hyper aware of everyone's emotions around me, especially white people. Are they seeing me as a threat? And just really picking up on their emotions. Now, to what is my point? The reason why I'm talking about this is for anyone else who might identify as an empath and might not know why. That could be a reason why, is you went through a traumatic event, and so your empath skills is a way for you to survive the world around you. And I also wanted to share, because I used to get so lost in my empathness. Like I work some customer service jobs, and specifically at a yoga studio. Work at a yoga studio. I also work at a healing center where we do Reiki and meditation. And I work with students as well, high school students, Native American students who've experienced a lot of trauma, who are in a lot of poverty, who experienced a lot of abuse. So I would leave from my works. I would leave from my jobs and just be so flustered, like I have everyone's emotions, like what do I do? And I would just be like, it's because I'm an empath, that's why I have everyone's emotions. But that's some bullshit. It's a false sense of protection, and it's a false sense of security for me to take on everyone's emotions. I have the ability to put my bubble up, and I don't have to take in people's emotions. And I was saying, oh, I'm holding all of this. It's because I'm an empath, but that was really an excuse. Like I wanted to hold on to all that emotion. I wanted to hold on to it because for me, I thought that's how I survive. If I can take on everyone's emotions where they don't feel threatened by me, then they're not going to hurt me. And so that's some bullshit. And so what's been helping me is just remembering, like, I deserve to breathe into myself. I am a soul who happens to be in a human form, who happens to be in a human body. And yes, something can happen to this body, but me holding on to people's emotions, it's not going to stop whatever is going to happen from happening, right? Like, all I can do is just speak my truth and be myself, and yeah, just try my best. And I'm just really trying to learn how to let go of control. See, even while I'm saying this, I'm not saying it with as much confidence as I was speaking at the beginning of this video, so I'm still working through it. But yeah, I just felt called to share with anybody else who might need to see this video. And we're going to end it right there. I'm going to show this book one last time. It's called I Feel Your Pain by Nikki Elliott. Really, really great read. Highly recommend it. And yeah, let's have a conversation. If you have any thoughts or comments, I'm still learning how to fucking do this shit. I'm not an expert. Let's engage in dialogue. All right. Peace and blessings.